Hello again, welcome back to Asgard, and welcome back to Farming Valley. So, I have done, it's been a couple days since the last episode. I've done a bit of clearing out, as you can tell. This used to be covered in grass, and there was like a hill coming over here. So I went ahead and cleared out quite a bit of this, because we're going to need quite a bit of space for what we're going to be working on today, which is about to get dark. The mobs do come out a little bit when nighttime hits on here. So, anyways, I've done a bit of testing in the test world, and I think I figured out exactly what I want to do. Exactly what I want to do. Because, if you recall, I mentioned a few episodes back that I wanted to make sure that our storage building, or our shipment building, doesn't turn into just a big wall of drawers, right? I think that's kind of boring. Yeah, we use that for, like, storage buildings and stuff, and that's for efficiency purposes. But I do not want to use that for, actually put this off before we have some problems here. I definitely don't want to use that for that building. I don't, because I want it to look nice, and I feel like that really takes away from this building. It's not done, I will say that. In my defense, this building is not completed yet. But at the same time, like, this is kind of a wall of drawers. It's spread out a little bit, but that's something that I want to avoid with our shipment building, because the factory is going to be a big aspect of our overall build within Farming Valley, and so I want to make these buildings look kind of unique and kind of fun. And I think I've come up with something that is right up the alley of what I'm looking for. So anyways, let's go ahead, and we're actually going to be working on this in a little bit different of an order than we usually do. We're actually going to start from like the center of the building, and we're going to work our way out, because the center, I think, is let's see, treated wood planks. We're going to need some treated wood planks. The center is, I think, the best place to start with this build, I do believe. And what we're going to need is we're going to need some concrete for starters. Yeah, that's concrete. I want this. And I actually want to change this over into concrete tiles. And of course, concrete is what we used up in the factory as well. We're going to have the builds across the factory are going to be somewhat similar in some aspects. I mean, there's going to be a lot of concrete, hempcrete bricks, but we're also going to be doing things slightly different. There's some treated wood. And let me go ahead and grab, I want to make a bit more of this treated wood. Okay, so there's like 4 stacks, almost 5 stacks. And then concrete, and then we're going to need some hempcrete as well. So I've got industrial hemp right here. Let's pop back up to the factory. I keep bouncing back and forth and just pretty well wasting XP at this point, but that's okay. That's alright. We've got tons of concrete though. Okay, so there's a bit of hempcrete, and then just kind of take a minute here to get some things together. I want to go ahead and change these bricks over to the wide bricks that we're using. I like these a bit more. And I think that's what I want to use in this building as well. So these wide bricks, there we go. And there's one other thing. Well, there's actually a couple other things. There's, I do have lead. Okay, I want that. I want to buy a bit more, because we're going to be using a lot of lead within this build. And then in addition, a while back, I made something. No, my bad. I actually did use it. I used it in the sugarcane farm. Okay, well, let's go ahead. We're going to send this lead through to make plates. Oh, that is in plate form. Yeah, okay. It's like, wait a second. I didn't check the plate. Okay, yeah, I did use all of those for the sugarcane farm. So what I want is the lit redstone lamps. We're going to be using a bit of these today as well. Glowstone and redstone. Ooh, do I have a lot of glowstone and redstone? Not really. I'm going to have to do some mining between episodes. I've got a little bit of redstone, or glowstone, I mean. We're going to go ahead and make 4 of these. That'll be plenty for, you know, kind of getting us started. And then I'll have to go get more of those between episodes. Like more glowstone. I've got to wait a second because there's mobs. That looks really cool at a distance. I think we need to work on that build too. We're going to get to that. I just want to get started on this so we can actually start doing redstone control and whatnot. I'm going to have to hurry up and get lamps up there and down here to prevent mobs. I just haven't had time. That's my excuse. I just have not had time. I'm going to put another point into light and ethereal into frost on this sword. Okay, and I tell you what, while we're waiting for the sun to come up and wipe out all the mobs, over here our lead plates should be done. So I want to go ahead and grab those. Or should be about done. There we go. That's the last one. What all do I have over here? Constantine 10. Okay. And I want to turn all of this into lead sheet metal. So, and we're going to try to go by the blacksmith here in a minute. And he doesn't open until 10 o'clock, right? Or is it 9 o'clock? Oh, he's actually not even open today. Okay. That's fine. I've got plenty of work to do up until I need more of these. Honestly, I think for today's work, a stack of these sheet metal blocks should be fine. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start over on this side. And of course, right in there, our conveyors are going to plug in. And the wall's going to be like right over here-ish. I will say that what we're working on right now, the actual shipment part of it, it's not going to be the entire building. Part of the building is actually going to plug up to a train system later. But that's going to be much later. So we're gonna start the build, we're gonna finalize it, and then we're gonna do like a little bit of a train yard external thing a bit later on. So, all right. So, anyways, like I said, we're gonna start with the interior of the build first, and let's come over just a little ways, and we'll start like right in here. I think, yeah, that should be good. And I'm gonna go ahead and just bring this hempcrete back a little bit. Actually, move this out of the way. And just like in the factory up above, this is going to be kind of like more like a border. And then in between that, we're going to do concrete tiles. 3, 4, 5. And this is going to be like the main thoroughfare of this storage building. And it's going to run up a decent ways. It's going to be a fairly large build, to say the least. But, of course, it wouldn't be part of the factory if it wasn't big, right? It's got to be. It's got to be huge. And just one above the ground is great. And this is actually not going to have a whole lot of windows on the side, but the front of it, we're going to have it semi-open. And it's going to connect, you know, out this side, out that side, and then off to the side on this side a little bit. All right, and we're going to do 5 wide concrete and then bring the hempcrete over like this. Okay, so we kind of got like a main thoroughfare. And then what I want to do is over here, let's say that this is going to be the first set of drawers. And we're going to bring this out 5, I'm sorry. And then 3 right there. So something like that. And then we're going to come over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That might be the last segment over here. Anyways, we'll start with that. And then we'll come on the opposite side here and do the same thing. And this is just the first little segment. Of course, we're going to keep expanding on this. And then our bricks, let's go ahead and bring these guys out. Like that. And it's just easier with this build to kind of build from the middle than it is to build from the outside first, I think. When I was messing around with it in the test world, I was like, yeah, this is going to be much easier to start from the center. Because the center is actually kind of the focal point of this. And what we're going to do is we're just going to kind of frame this in a little 3x3 section. And actually this can be brought over. Okay, so like that. And then over here we'll do the same thing. Okay, so we got something like that right now. Starting to take shape. I'm hoping that now that we have bricks and we have like clay and all this stuff that's just readily available, I'm hoping we can kind of bust through this build at a decent pace. And then let's go ahead and bring out our lead. Now this is going to be supports that kind of run up through the build. And we'll just bring these up. They're going to be much higher, but that's just a starting point. Okay, and now the fun begins. Let's go ahead, actually first up, and we're going to lay out, I only have enough of these. I may have to go mining here in a minute. We'll see how far we get, and I may go mining between cuts, actually, and go get some glowstone. It's not too bad, really, to get. But what we're going to do is the corners on this, we're going to go ahead and just fill this in with glowstone. Like that. And then let me go get my architect's table. And I also need my framing table. I guess we'll go ahead and make our first bit of drawers, in fact. So we can go ahead and put those in. So you can kind of see how I'm really happy with the way the drawers look and the way the drawer layout looks. I did play around with, it took me like, literally like an hour of testing materials to come up with the drawer that I wanted, to be fair. So, okay, so I've got my frame drawers in there. And then let's see, the middle of it, I actually want Tyrian. Which sounds bizarre, but I do want Tyrian blocks. No, I don't want Tyrian. I want laboratory blocks. My bad. Okay, so these right here, nether quartz and stone. And let's go ahead and get large steel laboratory blocks. And put those in there. Actually, I think it goes in this slot here. And then for the border, I want dark oak. And of course, the sides don't really matter because you're not going to be able to see the sides because they're going to be hidden. And I want dark oak scaffold. We'll put these right there. And there we go. There's our drawer that we want. And I'm sure this place is teeming with mobs right now. I sure hope so. Ah, not too bad, actually. Yeah, there's a creeper. I may actually take this time to go mining, in fact. Yeah, let me go mining real quick. There's mobs, and I need to go do that anyways. So I'm going to pop into the nether for a bit. I'm going to do a bit of mining, and I also need to get the architect's craft bench, which is up at the factory, I think. So I'll get that when I come back through. I believe it is, yeah. So I'll be back in just a minute once I get a bit of glowstone. So this thing with the silk touch is so nice for mining glowstone. The Madoc, so handy. Oh, I forgot. I picked up this plain balustrade. It's supposed to go up in the factory. That's fine. I just pulled the architect's saw bench up, and it broke like everything that was in there. Okay. Let's go ahead and get back to this. And we're just going to lay out our glowstone lamps real quick. Okay. So there we go. There we go. And let me grab this stuff. And we'll go ahead and lay out our drawers. We'll start with one side, and then I've got to go make more drawers. That's fine. And let me grab this. And this. And our drawers are just going to go like that. So we have this nice little design. It's going to get better, I promise. I'm so happy with the way it turned out. Like, to be perfectly honest, because I was kind of worried that it was going to turn out to be like some kind of... I was trying to fight turning it into just a big thing of drawers, right? Alright, let's go ahead and we're going to make ourselves some of these. They're the arch diameter 4 part B. We're just going to make them in brick. Let me get 16 for right now. And we're going to go ahead and lay these out in front of the lamps so we have that cool like effect. It almost looks like a Gothic church cross almost if I brought it up a little bit further, which gives me an idea for a future build possibly. Gives me a slight idea, but I do quite like that. Hope you guys like it. And then over here do the same thing. Actually, I guess we don't need a treated wood underneath that, but I'm just going to leave it. That's fine. Okay. And the nice thing is the items actually appear really nice on this steel block. Because I was trying to figure out something to put, you know, with the drawers so that our items would pop and look nice. And I think these come out nice. I don't like to use just a plain color like white or something like that. I didn't want to do that, but I am happy with the way those turned out. Alright, and then over here, let's go ahead and bring up our sheet metal. Because we're going to have like a support that runs up next to each of these. And the nice thing is, lead, I was really happy lead worked out as nicely as it did because the blacksmith just sells these. And I have plenty of money. And then let's get ourselves some ladders. Because this is going to have a second floor. In fact, it is going to have a second floor. And we'll just build this up like that. Or actually, you know what? I should well, no, I shouldn't probably do it there. I may have to move that in just a minute. Let's go ahead and bring our lead up. And then our concrete. We're going to go ahead and just build out a little walkway here. Oops. And I think we're going to start with this side. I'll work on that other side as well here in a minute, but let's go ahead and just run that out. And then we're going to put, let's see, we'll do our hemp crate. Oops. And this upper section is going to kind of mirror the bottom section, except there's not going to be a support that runs up through it. It's just going to be... Well, actually, you know what? Let me think for a minute. By the way, the drawers are going to have to get plugged up with frames. We're going to do that in a minute as well. And then plugged up to like the drawer controller and everything. I will say this build's not that efficient. I mean, we're not going to get a whole lot of use out of each drawer controller, but we're going to use multiples probably long term. Remember, with this series, we're going more for aesthetics than efficiency, because efficiency is whatever in this series. We just do what we do. I'm still debating about the support. Do I want the support? Because this could be like an inner support. This could be or this could be like an inner, like center support. This could be an outer support. And I think it would be all right. So I don't know. I'm going to think about that for just a minute while I build out this section. Yeah, I actually think I do want the support here. In fact, I'm just beating my legs to death right now. Oh. Okay, let me go get some more treated wood real quick. And I need to make more of those drawers as well. Which is going to be nighttime soon, which I'm not excited about. Not terribly excited about that. Oh, the lit redstone lamps. We can go ahead and put in some of those. Let's go ahead and do that real quick. Because it might actually keep this area semi-safe as well. Whoops. Not right there. Okay, there is 32 drawers. That'll definitely help. And I'm going to need some more of those lamps. Redstone lamps. So I'm just going to do like another 16 of those. Let's do this. Oh, you know what? I actually forgot something I meant to grab. I meant to grab cobblestone. It'll make it a little bit easier for building this stuff out. And I also need to run by the blacksmith when he opens up and buy like a couple stacks of lead, give or take. Alright, as long as there's no skeletons, like, I'm fine. Oh, I forgot treated wood. No. That's fine. You know, I'm actually thinking about changing over this concrete for hempcrete. Because I think it'll look a little bit better, maybe. Yeah, like that. So it'll kind of match the lower floor a bit better. Actually, in my test world, I didn't have any hempcrete up here. I just had concrete. And it was only 2 wide. But I think I like 3 wide with the hempcrete on both sides. I think I like that a bit more. I don't like the fact that that skeleton is standing right there. Now, this isn't my best idea, like building in the middle of the night like this, but yeah, I thought I'd get his attention. Stop it. And that's going to work out perfect, because right there's our conveyors coming from the factory, so that'll be good. And then we're gonna have to spruce that little conveyor system up, but that's fine. We're gonna do that in a second, or in a little bit, or maybe in a couple episodes. I don't know. We'll probably be focusing on this mainly today, I think. Alright, and let's go ahead and we'll build out the bricks real quick. Trying to make the most of my time at the moment. Because our vacation doesn't need to last forever. I've got like basically another month or another season of like this wonderful time off, and then we will have to eventually get back to work. Okay, I'm gonna put these last lamps in, and then I'm gonna have to go to sleep. So I'm just gonna warp over to the storage building because we need to get our hunger back up, and then I can come back through here tomorrow and just put down treated wood. Get 2 stacks of that real quick, and let me dump off like these arrows and stuff. Oh my gosh, look at all the mobs over there right now. It's insane. Absolutely insane. I do have to go by the blacksmith today. Okay, so back to it. Let's see, where's my... There we go. We're about to put in the walls too. Or I mean the fences. Because there are going to be fences on this for the upper layers. And I've actually come up with, I think, an interesting design for that too. I think so. Okay. So there we go. We've got our drawers in on both sides now, and I wish that didn't happen. I wish I didn't take damage from that. Alright, let me get I don't know, a bunch of these. Let me actually cut this down. There's 28. Okay. Actually, I don't need nearly that many. It doesn't look like. Oh yeah, treated wood. Almost forgot I haven't put it on this side. And you'll notice, I mean, it's pretty far, right? From this side to that side. It's actually 23 blocks. And a drawer controller centered right in the middle is going to be able to do up to 25. So technically our framing can go like one out if I had to bring it behind these drawers or something. We're actually just going to plug it straight into the bottom drawer there. But as far as length goes, at the moment, it's only 9 from this drawer all the way to this drawer. So really I can like double this setup and have like 4, basically 2 of these like little units. So another one maybe like right there next to it, right? And then I can have the conveyors pump into that drawer controller. And then we're looking at, what, there's 20 per side right now. So we're looking at 80 per drawer controller with this current layout. So it's a lot more spaced out and everything. And it should be plenty of space for like the majority of our stuff from the factory. I will probably do another unit. So another like 40 drawers. So we'll have like, or another 80 drawers. So we'll have like 160. Do I really need that many? Wait a second. No, maybe 40 it might be enough. And maybe have some other drawers set up a little bit differently. I don't know. But anyways, it's going to be a lot of storage space. But a little bit more spaced out than just doing like a wall of drawers. Like I said, I wanted to avoid that as best I could. Okay, let me pop over. I need to go visit the blacksmith real quick. Because I'm almost out of that lead sheet metal. And we're going to need quite a bit more of that. So, okay, lead ingots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. 5 stacks. One of them's following me. That should be good. For right now. I don't need that many, honestly, for a while. But yeah, so... Yeah, I'll probably just do one drawer controller, actually. Because for some reason in my head, I'm thinking it's 40 drawers. It's 80 drawers. This is just the first segment. So 20, 20, and then, 40 and 80 down there. So, yeah, we'll have, like, basically we'll just bring... I hope I'm not confusing you guys. We'll just bring this out a bit further. And actually, I'll probably bring it back, is what I'll probably do. Not further out this way, but back. Well, it will come out. It will come out farther this way. But I think I want the minecart setup to be on this side. And then, of course, we're going to have that stable wrap around. So we'll bring it out, like, in this direction then. And I've got to clear out a bit more of this. I just knew we wouldn't get all this built today. We'll just get started with it. So easy to clear this stuff out. I'm going to have to cover in that cave, too. There's a lot of caves in this area. Like, a whole bunch. Like, ones like that. And there's, like, horses dying in quicksand everywhere. And okay, I want to run by the blacksmith real quick. Because I think it's time that we purchase our drawer controller. Let's go ahead and grab that. There we go. And I just realized I'm wanting to do... I didn't think about something. I'm wanting to do redstone control out of these. I'm going to have to do some testing. Well, I'll get to that, like, next episode or the episode after. We'll see. But anyways, I've been building this out just off camera because you guys know the layout for each of these. So, we're all the way over to here. I've got to go get some more glowstone. I'm actually out of glowstone right now. I used up all the glowstone that I got while I was in the nether. That's okay. And then I also made just a few drawers. I've got all the stuff on that side putting in. Let me actually just put this stuff in real quick. Yeah, I think I'm only going to be like one drawer short for having all the drawers placed in here. Yeah, I think it's just one. Then all of our architecture blocks are putting in. And then what I'm thinking is we're going to have stairs that kind of come down like right on this side and then on the opposite side on both of these. Stairs that come down and connect us down to the lower floor, which it'll probably be next episode before we get to that. Because I was looking at the time on the video. But let's go ahead and connect up our beams. So our support beams. And I'm thinking what we'll do is maybe come up... Well, actually, before we do that, let's actually pop down here real quick. And I want to put in... Let's go ahead and do the upper rails. So let's grab ourselves just a bit of these arch diameter 3-part A's. And this is going to kind of do like the border here. We'll start on this side, actually. And, oh. Hey there. We will get a lamp put in here soon, but honestly, I've noticed at night, these glowstone blocks actually keep the area lit up a decent amount. So I don't have as many mobs spawning. I still have some, but I still get harassed a little bit. But so we will put a lamp in here, but we'll get to that. The interior stays lit up. Like, the interior is well lit. To the point I don't think mobs can actually spawn. Can I climb this? No, I can't climb that. 2, 3, 4. Well, I'll tell you what. We'll just break these ladders off. And we'll put them over here. And then, which next episode those ladders will be gone. But what I want to make is these railings here. And I actually want to do them out of the lead sheet metal. So let's go ahead and get ourselves like 40 of them. But what we're going to do is... I can actually get up that way. I'm going to hold shift click and just place them right there. So it actually places them sideways. And I like this quite a bit. Instead of having like the normal rails that are laid out like that, instead we have these like posts. When I was playing around the test world, I noticed that and I was like, hey, I like this a lot. Yeah, we'll just kind of run these out. Okay, and 40 is actually going to be perfect. We'll have to make a few more of those because the walkway is going to come out just a little bit more where before the stairs come down. I think so. But we'll get to that. I haven't planned that far ahead. But I feel like that's a lot better for like a factory type storage building. I think those look a lot better than just doing like a plain, even a plain or a fancy railing. I think it looks much better than that. So much more fitting. So there we go. I think that's coming together nicely. And I am looking at maybe adding some detail down around this a little bit, which we'll get to that. We're just trying to get the actual structure built out right now, is our main focus. And then let's go ahead. We've got a little bit of time before the end of the episode. I hate the end of the episode. I hate it. Let's go ahead and start bringing these up and over. And I'm debating, do I want to do architecture blocks for this? And make it actually like slant over? I think so. I think I do. So let me pop down here real quick. And let's do these right here, these slanted blocks. Let me go ahead and get a fair few of these. There's 24 roof tiles. That'll be good for right now. I really wish I had like creative mode flight right now. This would be so much easier with creative mode flight. And what we're going to do is right over here, we're going to bring this up like, let's see. Oh, actually right where it's at's good. So we're going to do this with cobblestone. Is that... I think that's actually... Yeah, that's right. That's how I want it. To like right in there, I think. Yeah. And then what I want to do is, let's come out here. This is going to be so much fun building all this out. It's going to be great. We'll just bring this pillar up. Oh, that's actually one over. One too far. And we'll bring it up to like right there. And let me go ahead and break this cobblestone. Just because I actually need it right now. Alright, so it's going to come up and over like that. And then what we're going to do is, let's pop over here. And I want to go ahead and connect these up. And then let me go ahead and build another one of these out real quick. This is dangerous. Don't try this at home. It's bad. You know what though? I think actually this one I want to connect over like that. Instead of having it connect all the way up. Let me actually just climb up here. It'll be a little bit easier. Let me throw on my ring of magnetization. Okay. We probably won't get the drawer controller put in today, but that's okay. Whoops. I'm like just beating myself to death. I need to turn this on. The wing charm. There we go. Okay, so there we go. This side's done. And then I have to... Then what I want to do is run this over. So we kind of have like a shell that comes out around this. And then we'll run this up. And I'm out of lead blocks now. I've got more being made over at the... pop over to the storage building. And I've got some lead right here. And let's see what it looks like at a distance. It's coming together. And see, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do glass on the roof there. So if you're standing up at the factory, like, and you look out, you'll be able to see the storage building and see down inside of it. So we'll kind of have like a glassed-in roof up there. Take this off. Let me get some more lead going. Oh, and it's winter first. Haha. It is now winter first. Alright, I'm going to pop over here and I'm going to continue building this out just off camera. And I'll be back in just a minute once we get the other side put in. Okay, I've got the bones of it put in. And then what we're going to do is, let me throw on my ring of magnetization. We're going to bring this out like so, just to kind of frame all this in nicely. And we'll get to the actual roof. Probably next episode we'll do the roof and the stairs. And we might start plugging up the drawers next episode as well. We'll see. I don't know why I broke that. I imagine we'll get the, well, maybe. Maybe we'll get that stuff plugged in. Just remember, this is just the first segment of this building. This is the storage part of it. And there is going to be other stuff within this building, because it's going to be like a grand shipping station type thing for the factory. So, that's the plan for it. And then let's go ahead and just bring this up and kind of fill these blocks in a little bit more. And that'll make sense once we get to the actual roof. And I've got more lead being made. But we'll probably only get like one side of this filled in for right now. That's fine. Okay, but I know it's about wrapping up point for this episode, so I think right in there is a good stopping point for right now. Like, look at that. That looks... Considering there wasn't anything here at all at the beginning of the episode, I think that's really coming together. I think it's going to look nice. And then the reason I kind of thicken this out, we're going to put a slanted block up there too. And we're going to have it so that the glass comes out, and then basically underneath the glass and above the glass, there's going to be like those little slanted ridges that kind of shape the building together and hold it together. I think it's going to look pretty nice once it's all put together. So, and you can actually see the factory from up here, from down here. There's going to be a lot of glass roofs throughout this, throughout the factory builds and stuff, but I guess we're going to end out the episode here. Next episode, of course, we'll pick back up. We're going to continue working on this and probably spend the next, I don't know, couple episodes on this building. At least the part that we're building right now before we go back up to the factory. So, and then we might actually build out some of the stables so we can kind of shape that around, or at least, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe start framing that in soon. But I don't know. I'd like to dedicate all this time to the factory and get as much done as we can, and then we'll build the stables next year. Work on that. Anyways, we should have this done, this part of it, like, in the next couple episodes. And then, like I said, we still have to do, like, a minecart track area. So, I don't know. We might actually finish out the build itself next episode and then plug up drawers and do redstone control and all that fun stuff. And maybe even get back into building the factory. I don't know. We'll see. We'll tackle that next episode, so... But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, as always, be sure and hit that like button. And go ahead and subscribe if you're not already to stay up to date with when new videos come out. And I hope to see you guys next time. So until then, as always, do take care, stay safe, and I'll see you guys then.